Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado.
Because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness!
Hello, everyone. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Nathan.
Welcome to episode 157 of Adventures and Mousecapades. This week, we are talking about rain, I guess. As we record this, it is pouring down rain.
Yes.
But when you all hear this, we will be in sunny Hawaii enjoying the weather.
It will not be raining.
It will not be raining. I hope, because it does rain in Hawaii for sure.
It does, but I have looked at the weather forecast and rain is not in there. It will be between 72 and 80 degrees like every day.
Very
and
nice.
Here's me not complaining at all.
Exactly. This week, with it being the last couple days of 2024, we are doing our QDR, our quarterly Disney review. Although this is kind of encompassing a little bit more than quarterly because we didn't do the last one because we did, D23 and had all sorts of announcements coming out of that.
Right. That kind of monopolized our third quarter QDR. So we are, we'll cover basically the second half of the year, everything effectively from D23 forward.
Yep. And these are, it's not all of the news. It's just some of the stuff that we thought y'all would like to hear about.
Yeah. So coming up first, we'll just talk about the big news coming out of the domestic Disney parks, and that is the Lightning Lane Premier Pass debuted. This is a new way, old way, question mark, to use Lightning Lanes without reservations once per ride at any given park. It's available to those staying on property, although that started out with deluxe hotel guests only. It's now open to anybody staying on property, and you can book the Premier Pass up to 7 days beforehand. This is $129 to $449 per person, per park, per day.
And you cannot jump resorts, and you can only have one Premier Pass per day. So you can't go to Magic Kingdom, ride everything there, and then get a Premier Pass at Hollywood Studios. You can only do one.
Right. And it is kind of surge pricing and also different pricing ranges per park. So the $129 is the lowest price ever that you'll see at, I think it's Animal Kingdom. And the $449 is the max busiest time price that you'll see at Magic Kingdom.
Right now, I'm sure it'll go up.
Yes, here during the holidays, it is 100% going to be $449. We have seen these sell out, so there's absolutely limited quantities for sure. And it is a less expensive way to get to lots of rides without having a VIP tour, but it is absolutely
depending on the size of your family.
Yeah, exactly. Very much so.
But you can only use that to get on a ride once.
Correct. It's not like a VIP tour in that where you could do any ride however many times you want.
And you are using the same Lightning Lane as regular Lightning Lane people.
You just don't have to book them.
You just don't
show
have to
up.
book them. You can show up.
Yep.
However, sometimes those Lightning Lane lines can get very long too.
Yes, absolutely they can. So, it is a thing. I fully expect there to be a Lightning Lane Premier Pass Plus or Ultra or something like that where it will be good at multiple parks if you want to go park hop. Lots of rumors around that. Nothing has been announced.
They're just testing it out.
Sure.
Yeah.
You keep telling yourself that.
Well, no, I mean, they're testing it out to see, I'm sure, how it works, if they want to raise prices. Yes, they will. All sorts of other stuff. Now, Universal has this and has had this for a while, and theirs is pretty expensive too.
It is, but it's also something you get for free, quote unquote, when you stay at one of their deluxe resorts.
They also only have 2 deluxe resorts, however.
True. Very true. So does Disney create a ultimate deluxe resort class. I don't know how you do that, especially with DVC.
Yeah, you can't. There's too many.
Yeah. So anyhow, it is a thing. It is the new way of the future. And yeah, it's not the Disney of old for sure.
No.
Speaking of the Disney of old,
Moving over to Disneyland. On November 15th, Critter Country was no more. It is now Bayou Country, and Tiana's Bayou Adventure opened in Disneyland.
yeah, it sounds like this rework of Splash Mountain is actually doing a little better in California than it was in Florida or is in Florida, especially from a timing perspective of having the characters, go through their lines and their programming and everything. So hopefully they'll be able to make some of those adjustments in Florida too at the next opportunity to do some work on that ride. These are water rides, so they will have maintenance periods pretty much every year.
Yeah.
So hopefully we will see some of those changes and tweaks go. But we'll see how it happens, and I'm looking forward to trying this out. I wonder if it's going to be as wet.
I have heard it is more wet than the Florida one.
Oh my God.
Because the log flumes in Disneyland are single. Like you're one person, it's like the one person in front of another.
Yeah.
And you're down a little lower in the log, if I remember correctly.
Great.
They're fun to get out of, just like, Space Mountain.
Yeah. Hooray. Oh, okay.
Yep. We'll get more soaked on those. Yay.
Yay.
Next.
Great. So excited. Yes. Next up. Disneyland is about to celebrate its 70th anniversary. It will start celebrating early on May 16th, 2025, and run through summer 2026. These Disney parks sure do take like the birthday month concept and just, no, it's a birthday year.
Year and a half.
Yeah. So, okay, sure, whatever. I'm sure there will be all sorts of special foods and other decorations, probably some pins. I can't believe I said that out loud. And
Of course there's pins. Yeah, we'll get them.
Yay. Yeah, it is a thing. It will be a thing. And yeah, we'll see what it's like. Although I don't know when we'll see what it's like, because our currently planned Disneyland trip happens before May 16th comes around. So we'll just have to see what the calendar holds.
Exactly. Also, Disneyland announced that the Paint the Night parade is coming back. I loved this parade.
Yeah.
I am so happy that they are bringing this back. I don't have a specific date for this, but it is coming next year.
Sounds fun. Also coming in this new year is Walt Disney, A Magical Life. This is the animatronic that is Walt. Will be opening and on debut starting May 16th at the Main Street Opera House Theater. This will be effectively Walt telling his own backstory about how Disney got started.
I'm excited to see this at some point because I know they wouldn't have this unless it was amazing.
Yeah, 100%.
The new queue for Haunted Mansion has finally opened in Disneyland after much waiting and waiting and waiting.
More waiting. Yes.
The merchandise store, however, has not opened. They are saying it is going to open in winter 2025.
Interesting. I'm not sure why all these things are taking so long there, but
I don't know.
It is what it is.
Yeah. But when that queue was closed up, it was ridiculous to get through there. That was a huge pinch point. Glad it's open now.
Yep. Disneyland will also be debuting new tap styles instead of turnstiles at the park entrances. This will feature facial recognition technology. It's not fully implemented yet, but I believe the new entrances are going to be used, I think, starting real soon, like if not already when this comes out, then quite soon after. I forget the actual date.
They're doing testing right now,
right?
As we are talking,
right. So the new tech and facial recognition is not online yet. It will still be cast members checking you in using their little iPad scanners or iPhone scanners as they have been. But yeah, we'll see what this looks like. I'm interested. Is this effectively going to be what they do in Disney World with a face ID against your pass instead of a fingerprint?
I don't know.
We'll
We
just
shall
have to
see.
Indeed.
Over to California Adventure, not too much. Just the New World of Color is coming for the 70th anniversary.
Exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they bring back Neil Patrick Harris.
Well, I did see that this is being hosted by the Emotions
Oh,
from Inside Out.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't mind that IP tie-in at all.
Yeah.
Let's go to Orlando, shall we? Destination D23 will be held from August 29 through 31 at the Coronado Springs Resort. This is the ultimate celebration of all things Disney. Usually they've had this at the Contemporary, but it is doubling in size this year, and so they have shifted it over to the Convention Center at Coronado.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're going to make this one.
No.
We have a lot on our dance card for 2025. It was definitely something that we were thinking of going to, but unless somebody wants to sponsor us, I don't think this one's going to happen.
I'd rather do the main D23 in Anaheim.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. I'd like to do this one sometime.
Yeah.
But it's just not going to be this year.
And it's August, and that's ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, that would continue our string of going to Florida in the second half of August, to which everybody just looks at us and going like, "Are you insane?" Yes, we are.
Over to Magic Kingdom. The Frontierland Shootin' Arcade has finally closed for the new DVC Lounge. The new DVC Lounge is going to be called McKim's Mile House, and it's going to be opening in summer 2025.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
I'm slightly trepidatious on size versus demand and how easy it will be to actually get in the door, but we'll just have to see how this plays out.
It's all right. Something that we are going to talk about later on down the line. We have a membership benefit that will allow us to get in.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Ooh, yes.
Tron now has a standby line. No more virtual queue for this ride. So that is a change in moving in a direction of kind of more normalcy for this brand new, well, now a year plus old attraction.
Now, if they can only do that for the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, Cosmic Rewind.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Sometime they will.
Eventually.
There's going to have to be a new big thing that opens. And I think they were thinking that Tron would have a higher draw than it has. And it's kind of settled into, it's not that nobody goes. It's just more manageable from a standby line thing. I don't think they want to normalize the 2 to 3 hour standby lines across the whole year. I think that's why they were doing the standby virtual queues.
Yep. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is closing on January 6th for an entire year. It is going to be opening back up in 2026. And there's not too much information on what is happening other than there's going to be some new magical additions. And I'm hoping this means that they're going to add the whole exploding dynamite scene that they have in Disneyland to Disney World.
Here's hoping. I don't know that this is going to be down for just a year. I think it's going to be more than a year. I think part of this is the ride needs a little bit of a refurb and sure, some sprucing up.
Yeah.
But I think another big part of this is where they need construction access to build the new Cars attraction there where Rivers of America is. I wonder if they need to realign some sections of tracks back over there to accommodate that change. And then you've got Villains Land that will be right back that way as well. Now, maybe they're going to build some sort of a berm or something like that where you don't really see into Villains Land directly from this ride. And so maybe it's not going to have to be down for so long, to prevent people from watching Villains Land get it built or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Saying this is only going to be down for a year just doesn't quite pass my sniff test, knowing all of the other things that are going on in that section of the park.
Yeah. we'll see. We'll get more updates on what's happening with it. This is just the preliminary stuff.
Yep, indeed. There is a new pirate theme lounge opening in late 2025.
We finally have a date for this. They just announced that they were going to do a pirate lounge over by Pirates of the Caribbean. And we've seen some artwork for it. It looks pretty cool. And we finally have a time frame-ish sometime in late 2025.
Now, how should I think about this lounge? It's not a DVC lounge. Is this open for everybody?
It's like a bar.
Okay.
Bar lounge type thing. Yeah.
Got it. We definitely need more bars and lounges.
Yes. A new nighttime parade has been announced. It is called Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away, and it is opening in summer of 2025.
We've seen some artwork for this as well. Looks fantastic. Yeah. I love these nighttime parades.
I do too.
So very excited to see things coming back on both coasts for dedicated nighttime offerings. Heading back over to Villains Land that we just talked about a second ago, it has been announced which villains will be inspiring what's going on in that area of the park. So that list includes the Queen of Hearts, Jafar, the Evil Queen from Snow White, Lady Tremaine from Cinderella, Yzma, Cruella de Vil, Maleficent, Gaston, the Crone Witch from Snow White, Mother Gothel, Ursula, Hades, Chernabog, and the dragon version of Maleficent.
I think it's interesting that two of these are basically the counterparts of another villain. So you have the Evil Queen and the Crone Witch. They're the same person. And then you have Maleficent and Dragon Maleficent. I think there's other villains they could have pulled in here. Do you know who is missing from this?
I mean, we just did a whole episode on villains. I mean, there's a lot of people who
Dr. Facilier is not in here at all.
Oh, well, do you think he walks around more over by Tiana's?
Maybe. I haven't seen him in a long time.
He was out more in Disneyland, wasn't he?
Yeah. And that was like in New Orleans. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's the only place that I've seen him is in Disneyland.
All right.
But I think that's a miss for villain wise. I think Dr. Facilier should have been one of those.
Well, we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah.
Now, I'm wondering if, some of these like two versions of the Evil Queen and things like that, I wonder if this is you see one and then it morphs into the other. We'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, let's shift over to Epcot. It is the 30th anniversary of the Flower and Garden Festival. This will run from March 5th through June 2nd.
Another lounge is coming. This is the Spaceship Earth Lounge, and it will be open late spring of 2025. This is kind of like the backside of Spaceship Earth. If you've ever been over there, you can see the window area. It's been closed for quite some time. I am very excited to see what this looks like. And this is not a DVC lounge. This is just a lounge open to everybody.
Yes, this spot used to be kind of a corporate hosting location that was used for, I guess, corporate events. But yeah, it'll be turned around and open to the public, and it'll be exciting to see how they leverage that space. Speaking of Spaceship Earth, there's also a gingerbread Spaceship Earth that is out and about right now. Well, I guess it's out. It's not really moving around. It includes the lights. This is over in Communicolor Hall as part of the Festival of the Holidays. It looks really cool.
This is the first time that there's been a gingerbread house at Epcot. And yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't built when we were there, but thankfully somebody sent me a picture of it and it looks really cool.
Soarin' has been updated. The Eiffel Tower doesn't lean near as much. It kind of had that optical illusion based on how the screen wraps around and everything else. And Spaceship Earth has been adjusted to show all of its lights.
Yeah, it's a more recent edition of what Epcot looks like now. So you can't see old Epcot anymore. It's new.
There you have it.
Also in Epcot, over in the Seas area, if you've ever been over there, there were dolphins over there in the aquarium area, and they have been relocated to a dolphin sanctuary, and they are no longer going to have dolphins over at Epcot.
It is just too small, and they
Yep.
want to give these awesome creatures an ability to have a more fulfilling life in swimming around. So good for them. I think that's a good decision. I mean, it's tough as people to not have those experiences and see those creatures, but we've got to be fair to the dolphins and to everything else around. Like if it's not good for them, then we shouldn't be doing it.
They also switched out one of the manatees. Lou was a manatee there, had been there for a long time and was rehabilitating there. He moved to a sanctuary as well, and they got a new manatee named Inigo.
From what I heard right around that time, I think they're part of kind of this manatee consortium, if you will. And it's a normal program where every year and a half, they'll rotate the animals to different spots. Again, to just give them a little bit more stimulus, a little bit more exposure to other animals and different environments. And so I think this is all good stuff. You know,
Yes.
we're really taking care of the animals in a much better way.
I love that they do this.
Looking at Hollywood studios, on October 7th, Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy closed down at the Sunset Showcase. They're right next to the Rock and Roller Coaster. This is making way for a villains show, which has been announced as Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After. It's an interesting choice to go there with a villains show. I'll be interested to see whether that's what stays there long term. I have a funny feeling that whatever happens here is kind of research and potentially will be not just influencing, but potentially moving over to Magic Kingdom into Villains Land whenever that does happen.
Yeah.
I think this would be a fantastic spot to resurrect Muppet Vision 3D.
They'd have to totally redo the theater, but yeah.
True, they would have to redo the theater, but it would also go along with our next item, which is the Rock and Roller Coaster has been announced as getting a reimagining to focus on the Muppets Electric Mayhem Band instead of Aerosmith.
I am so excited for this.
Yeah, this is going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think that's where if you put Muppet Vision 3D over into that theater, which is where Lightning McQueen was. It's where the villain show is going to be for a little while. I think you have a Muppets area of the park again. To me, I think that's a big win all around.
Yeah.
And it makes the sting of the current Muppets area being transitioned over into Monstropolis and focusing on the Monsters, Inc. characters.
Which is our next bullet point.
Oh, hey, look at that.
That Monsters, Inc. land location was announced to be where the Muppets Courtyard is currently.
Yes. And the door roller coaster will be kind of built at the back of that area out into kind of an expansion into what used to be the staff parking lot. I think it was a cast member parking lot way back in the day of MGM Studios. But yeah, so excited to see all these changes coming hopefully real soon, although we all know how Disney likes to extend their construction schedules. So we'll see.
Yes.
We'll see.
Over to Animal Kingdom, there's a bunch of animal news. New lions are on the savannah. Their siblings Mashango, Sahara, and Nima. The prior lions were relocated to a sanctuary somewhere else, and we have this new trio here.
Very cool. We've also welcomed Cora, a baby African elephant who turned 1 this year. And you can see Cora over on the Kilimanjaro Safari.
There's also a new Sumatran tiger baby called Baxo. Disney Parks blog and Disney Parks YouTube have a weekly behind the scenes thing called Tiger Tuesdays, where you just get to see the baby and the mama, and it's so darn cute. You can see that on the Disney Parks YouTube channel every Tuesday.
On the opposite side of the coin from things that are new, we have an announcement that on January 12th, 2025, we will be losing Triceratops Spin, Fossil Fun Games, and Chester and Hester's Dinosaur Treasures. This is all to make room for the new Tropical America's Land called Pueblo Esperanza, which will feature the casita from Encanto and lots more stuff.
Yep.
The dinosaur closing date has been extended. We don't have a specific date, but we know that it won't be in 2025 now.
Yep.
So if you didn't get a chance for your one last time ride on Dinosaur and to say goodbye to Dr. Grant Seeker, you still have a chance.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Over in international parks, Tokyo Disney's Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters is closing and is going to be replaced with a Wreck-It Ralph retheme.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the Tokyo version of Astro Blasters? Is it kind of like what we have in the Magic Kingdom in Florida, where it's just the red dot shining?
I think so. I think so.
Cool. So,
Yeah.
hey, Disney World, can we? Hey, yeah, I hate that ride. All right, when you go to Disney, you need a place to stay, and so Disney has you covered there. If you want to buy, you can buy some timeshare points at Disney Vacation Club. Again, not sponsored. This is not an advertisement, yada, yada, yada. Insert legal disclaimer here. So on December 17th, the Island Tower at Disney's Polynesian Villas and Bungalows opened. This looks absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Cannot wait to stay there. We got some points.
Yep. We just have to find some time that's open because
Yes.
it's the new bright and shiny. So
Yes.
yeah. There's a couple refurbishments happening in 2025. Bay Lake Tower is getting a much needed refurb, as well as the Copper Creek cabins.
Oh, interesting. Those cabins are gorgeous. I didn't really think they needed a refurb, but okay, whatever.
Maybe it's just soft goods.
Oh, maybe. I know the Bay Lake Tower refurb is a hard
Yes,
refresh.
it needs a hard refresh for sure.
Yes. We also have a new hotel opening, a new DVC resort opening. This will be Disney's Lakeshore Lodge. This is what effectively had been known as Reflections, which was kind of put on the shelf around the pandemic timeframe. That has been taken back off the shelf, dusted off, and it is under active construction. Lakeshore Lodge will open in 2027 and is effectively where River Country used to be, which was an old water park.
Yeah. The DVC Lounge at Epcot is finally open again. It is now called Disney Imaginatrium, the member lounge there. I saw some pictures of it and it looks pretty much exactly the same. So I don't know why it was closed down so much. Maybe new furniture. I'm not entirely sure.
Very interesting. I wonder if they were doing some infrastructure in the building and they
maybe.
needed to do some stuff.
Yeah.
There's also a new benefits package for DVC members, so they want more money. This is called the Membership Magic Beyond package. This includes specially priced tickets, which you can get at Disneyland. You can get a Sorcerer Pass using your DVC points. This is an annual pass in Florida. There's a bunch of other stuff too. And you also get premier access to lounges. So sounds like it's a lightning lane for DVC lounges.
Yep.
All
Along
right.
with, there's a lot of other stuff too. You can look on the DVC member site to find out a little bit more about that. And right now it's priced at $99 per year, and that covers the entire membership.
Got it. So it's everybody who is listed. Okay.
On to Disney Cruise Line. Some big news, a Bluey announcement. Bluey and Bingo are going to be on the Disney Cruise Line starting January 2025 for the Australia and New Zealand sailings. Bluey is huge right now. It is a kids show that I have not seen at all.
Heard it's very good. Heard it's kind of multidimensional and that parents get a lot out of it too. But
Yep.
We are not in that demographic anymore.
Nope.
I mean, we still have kids. They're just not.
They're not that young.
Yes, they're not that young.
Yeah. No, the Bluey is also coming to the parks, but we have no other information about that.
On December 21st, which is actually today as we're recording this ahead of the end of the year, The Disney Treasure is on its maiden voyage. This is the 6th ship in the DCL fleet, and it celebrates the spirit of adventure, which is why they have another ship called the Adventure. Anyway, this looks amazing.
Yeah, it does. It does. Very much looking forward to our trip.
Absolutely.
Speaking of the Disney Adventure, Disney Adventure will be sailing out of Singapore. The passenger capacity is 6,700 people. The maiden voyage was finally announced for the ship. It is December 15th, 2025. A lot of announcements were made on this ship. It will feature the very first roller coaster at sea for Disney Cruise Line and just a whole bunch of different areas that the theming looks really cool.
We does look cool.
We will not be going on this ship.
Well, not at least on the maiden voyage.
I don't know that we're going to go on the adventure.
In the fullness of time,
okay, sure.
I would like to go on the adventure. I would like to see Singapore.
Okay.
It is like a 16 or 18 hour flight from Seattle.
Yeah.
Like it is non-trivial to get there. So it's not something I'm going to just go hop and do real soon. But, you know, within the next 10 years, I wouldn't mind seeing if we can slot something in.
Okay. This is a big ship.
Yeah, it is a big ship. Let's put it this way. I would not fly halfway around the world to go on a 3 or 4 night cruise that doesn't stop anywhere. But I'd like to see Singapore. So if we work out a trip that is, I don't know, like a week or 9 days or something like that, like I wouldn't mind putting a cruise as part of that. The pricing looks super reasonable. So
I haven't looked at any of the pricing, but
it's not the typical Disney pricing.
Okay.
Where you're like, wow, that's insane. It's more like, wow, that's reasonable. So we'll see. It's a different market. These rooms are all much smaller.
Yes.
It is a different vibe for sure.
Mm-hmm. On to some other stuff. There's been some movie premieres over the past couple of months. Moana 2 came out and I enjoyed that.
Yes. very much.
Mufasa has come out. I don't know that we will see that in the theaters, even though we got free tickets because we went to D23. I don't know.
We'll see.
Agatha All Along also premiered on Disney Plus, and I have seen this series. I enjoyed it. I don't think, Nathan, you haven't seen it yet.
I haven't had a chance. Nope. On November 12th, Disney Plus celebrated its 5th anniversary. I can't believe it's been 5
years. Wow.
It's been 5 years since the Panini.
Yep.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, moving on. On December 4th, Disney Movie Insiders, the Disney Movie Rewards program, shut down. It is no more.
It is no more.
We had a significant supply of points that we needed to clear out. We got a bunch of DVDs and Blu-rays.
Yep.
And
we did. I don't know what we'll do with them. I was hoping to use points for a tour because you could have used points for like an exclusive tour down in Burbank.
Oh, that'd be cool.
We were getting really close to it. Well, it's too late now. It's done, over and done with. And you couldn't use them anymore. So we were really close to being able to get that too.
Wow.
Yeah. And the last thing on here is regarding the Thanksgiving Macy's Day Parade. Let me do that again. And the last note on here is regarding the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. There was a new float that was debuted about the Disney Cruise Line. It had 8 different holes on it. It was a very weird looking float. And Minnie Mouse made her debut as a balloon.
Very cool. Well, that is obviously just a quick rundown. There was a lot more stuff that happened in the world of Disney. Most of that was at D23. Mm-hmm. And we are launching into 2025. Looking back on 2024, it's been a heck of a year.
It has.
This
was a crazy vacation year.
It was a crazy vacation year. It was a crazy year in our personal lives.
Yep.
I
work lives too. Yeah. All sorts of stuff.
It's been a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that I'm looking for a little bit more calm 2025, but knowing what's on our calendar already, I don't think that's going to happen at all.
We'll just go with the flow.
Indeed. Which is good because we're going to be on a bunch of ships.
Yep. That's okay.
Indeed.
I'm good with that. Remember, we are not affiliated with Disney or their subsidiaries. These are personal opinions and suggestions based on our own experiences. We recommend working with a travel agent or contacting Disney directly to plan your perfect vacation.
If you have questions or suggestions or would like to be interviewed on our show to share your Disney experience, please send an email to podcast@ourmousecapades.com.
Please follow us on socials. We are at Our Mousecapades. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and YouTube.
And please give us a rating and review in your podcast app. That really helps people find us.
Of course, don't hesitate to share us with your friends and fellow Disney lovers of all ages.
Thanks for listening. We'll be in your ears next week.
Thank you for flying Star Tours. Bye-bye.
Are you insane? Yes, we
Yes, we
are.
are.